everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'm not going to do a whole lot of work. I'm just going to think about what I did in winter with my trees and compare the trees that were inside and the trees that stayed outside. The same species, of course, because otherwise it wouldn't be very interesting. And yeah, so I will show you, for starters, this Portulaca. So let's come a little closer. So these are a few of my Portulaca trees, and well, I showed this one on a video when I was, it was in the beginning of the fall, I think. And it's a nice little forest, and it stayed inside whole winter. And well, probably you can see that the leaves are quite thin, a little dull, they're not really shining. This tree here is, I think he's toast. Yeah, well, I'm gonna leave him anyway. All the cuttings that I tried to plant, well, none of them made it. This here you see a relic, so that's definitely not gonna grow. Happily, I have a few other Portulacarias in the pots. Some did quite well. Well, no, they didn't do well, but they survived. We see very leggy growth here. There are no leaves here anymore, so I don't know why. Yeah, so this one was inside. These two little guys, which were just cuttings that I took from the same mother plant, were outside, and we see that the leaves are thick and shiny. Now these trees didn't have any frost, and because I live here in Belgium, and I think it's zone 8 or something like that, correct me if I'm wrong. So I just took them inside the garage, sometimes for 2 or 3 weeks in the dark. And then when it was not freezing at night, I just took them out again in the rain. It's good draining soil in the rain, but sometimes they had 2 degrees Celsius. So this is also been outside for the whole year. It's some Portulaca that I'm trying to grow as a raft, and well, some leaves are falling off, as you see, but I feel that he's, well, doing quite well. Okay, so that's for the Portulacarias. So these are 2 ficuses. Sorry, this is the front, but I must admit that they're not exactly the same species. This is this ginseng ficus with this, I don't know, I don't remember, it's something, island, I don't know, ficus variety, growing on top. It's grafted. It's, well, it's really not my favorite tree, but I don't know what to do with that, so I'm just keeping it and growing it. But this is my Microcarpa ficus, and he was inside, and he's very droopy. It's a poor little tree. The branch that I use to make my grafts is toast, so it's a complete disaster. The good thing is that after I pruned it, I had a whole lot of new shoots, which will probably, well, save the day. But I mean, no, it was probably a little too dry. It's really not good. So no, for my ficuses, I'm absolutely sure I'm going to keep them outside all year long, and if it freezes, I'll just bring them in. They can do weeks without any light, which is not ideal, of course. But if I compare this poor little guy to this one, well, he was outside, and you can see we have new shoots emerging. So obviously these are not the perfect growing conditions, but we have new shoots, we have new leaves. So if it doesn't freeze, don't get them in. Don't get them in. So that's my idea about ficus. Even here a new shoot. Yeah. Okay, so that's for the ficuses. Now the jades. So here again, I must confess first, we have two different kinds of jades. This is, well, the more the ovata variety, and this is the golem jade. And he was looking really nice. He was this high. So I let you guess which was inside, which was outside. So this one was outside. He's a really cute little guy. Like I said before, I'm not really wild about all these mame stuff, but this one really, well, it is cool. He's, what is this? 12, 13 centimeters. Again, I don't know what this is in inches, but I think an inch is 2.5 centimeters. So if you do the math, so again, he's growing. He's been growing all winter. Stayed outside, looks nice and firm in his spot. Needs a trim, so I'll surely do that. But not now, okay. And this is then the golem jade. And I cannot say that he is looking good. I would even say that he's toast. So that's it. There's absolutely nothing alive anymore, which is very sad because he was starting to look very cool. I planted a few of the leaves, and well, they have roots now. So yeah. This winter for this golem jade planting was obviously a big setback. So I'm sure I lost 2 or 3 years of growth with the one that I had. But okay, yeah, it won't stay inside another year, that's for sure. So what's the purpose of this video, I hear you ask? Well, I don't know. I'm just sharing my experience. It is difficult to keep trees inside. They are not happy, especially when it is for 5 or 6 months. They don't do well most of the time. The growth is laggy. The growth is weak. When you put these trees outside after winter, most of these new leaves that you had when the tree was inside, especially on ficus, will get sunburn, or you have to protect them and put them in the shade for 2 or 3 weeks. Then they get used to the radiation of the sun, and it's better. But yeah, is it interesting for you? Well, it depends where you live, of course. If you are in the same climate zone as I am, well, you might consider trying to keep everything outside and just get it in when it's freezing. For the other days, well, it looks like these trees are much happier outside. Another thing about the trees outside and inside, I kept all my olive trees outside, and doing perfectly fine, I think. The same with my pomegranate, doing really nice. See already some buds starting to swell. So, well, we can have a look. Let's go. So this is my big pomegranate fusion, and it's not really obvious, but I'm not sure what it's gonna show you on camera, but you see some of these little buds here are turning reddish, and that's a sign that they are about to grow. So this guy stayed outside the whole winter. I also did put him inside for freezing days, but I have another experiment with pomegranate going. So I had these in the pot all winter outside, and well, these are not really growing now, but they are very flexible, and that's of course a sign that they are healthy. And when you look at the color, well, it's also obvious that they're doing quite well. So outside they will stay from now on. And while we are here, I can show you the rest of the disaster table. So this is a variegated Portulaca. Yeah, well, I'm lucky that it's still alive. That's what it did inside, so it's really not good. This is another Portulaca. I lost all its leaves. I lost the top, so it's a disaster. This little cascade Portulaca also, so I lost a whole lot of stuff here. So yeah, that needs rebuild. Luckily, my cuttings from my ficuses did, well, reasonably well. Not all the cuttings made it, which is very strange, because when I do this outside, well, most of them do well. And here comes the sun. Yeah, so that's good. These trees gonna love it here. I'm gonna water them well, and then we'll see how they do, but I think, yeah, spring is definitely around the corner. So I started this video inside and with artificial light, and now I'm blinded by the sun, which is fantastic. I think that winter here is almost over in Belgium, and I think that I'm going to keep my trees outside from now on. All of them. I'm not going to do anything inside anymore. This is over. I want healthy trees. If some of them need some winter protection when it's freezing, I can provide that in a cool garage. In the dark, not ideal, I know, but what I'm definitely not gonna do is use grow tents, grow lights, all these things. I guess it's good when you're in a really cold climate and there's nothing else you can do, but for the people living in zone 8, when we have winters minus 5-6 degrees Celsius, well, there's better solutions. So yeah, that's it. That's only my opinion, and it's only true when you live in this climate zone. So is it good and interesting for everyone? No, but it's maybe something we should think about to keep our trees healthy. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.